So, what if someone challenges you to a game of is it Gen AI or not? I've got your back. This illustration shows a good way to distinguish between what is Gen AI and what is not. It is not Gen AI when the output, or Y, or label, is a number or a class. For example, spam or not spam, or a probability. It is Gen AI when the output is natural language, like speech or text, audio, or an image like Fred from before, for example. Let's get a little mathy to really show the difference. Visualizing this mathematically would look like this. If you haven't seen this for a while, the y equals f of x equation calculates the dependent output of a process given different inputs. The y stands for the model output, the f embodies the function used in the calculation or model, and the x represents the input or inputs used for the formula. As a reminder, inputs are the data like comma-separated value files, text files, audio files, or image files, like Fred. So the model output is a function of all the inputs. If the y is a number, like predicted sales, it is not generative AI. If y is a sentence, like define sales, it is generative, as the question would elicit a text response. The response will be based on all the massive large data the model was already trained on. So, the traditional ML supervised learning process takes training code and labeled data to build a model. Depending on the use case or problem, the model can give you a prediction, classify something, or cluster something. Now, let's check out how much more robust the generative AI process is in comparison. The generative AI process can take training code, labeled data, and unlabeled data of all data types and build a foundation model. The foundation model can then generate new content. It can generate text, code, images, audio, video, and more. We've come a long way from traditional programming to neural networks to generative models. In traditional programming, we used to have to hard code the rules for distinguishing a cat. Type, animal, legs, 4, ears, 2, fur, yes, likes, yarn, catnip, dislikes, Fred. In the wave of neural networks, we could give the networks pictures of cats and dogs and ask, is this a cat? And it would predict a cat or not a cat. What's really cool is that in the generative wave, we, as users, can generate our own content, whether it be text, images, audio, video, or more. For example, models like Gemini, Google's multimodal AI model, or Lambda, language model for dialogue applications, ingest very, very large data from multiple sources across the internet and build foundation language models we can use simply by asking a question, whether typing it into a prompt or verbally talking into the prompt itself. So, when you ask it, what's a cat, it can give you everything it's learned about a cat.